welcome back to Press Conference. How Nino
Hello.
isn't even ready. Today we have a really exciting episode with Minnie Cooper. But before we get started, we wanted to give a shout out to our national press level Patreon.
Starlight.
Thank you, Starlight. Thank you so much for being a patron at the top tier. If you want to get a shout out at the beginning of our podcast, be sure to check us out on Patreon. We've got the link in our YouTube description, but if you're listening to us with your ears, go check us out on Twitter at WeArePress with the letter R, and our pinned tweet is where you can find our Patreon. Thank you, patrons.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right, Niru, would you like to introduce our very special guest?
Today we have, like we said last time, one of our favorite queens. She is coming from all the way from down under. She is the one and only Minnie Cooper. Minnie, hi, welcome back.
I'm surprised you didn't do my correct title, Messy Minnie.
Oh, Messy Minnie.
Messy Minnie strikes again.
We used to be the Super Duper Minnie Cooper, but now it's Messy Minnie strikes again. Thank you, June Jambalaya.
Oh my god.
So messy.
I say that all the time. I'll do something messy, and I'm like, Messy Minnie strikes again.
I know, it's actually so funny. Like Coco Jumbo and I say it all the time because we think it's really funny. But I am messy. I do have a big mouth, so it's on brand. Let's say that much.
Yeah, literally.
Oh.
How have
Minnie,
you been
so
since
much
the
for
last time
coming
we've
back.
seen you? Oh, sorry.
Don't talk over each other. You know what?
I know. Oh, I don't know how that'll end.
Amanda, I'm walking out.
Oh!
Oh no.
Are you retiring?
I didn't even know that you said it. It wasn't until like somebody on my TikTok was like, next time when you ask a question to a queen, don't make her retire. And I was like, wait,
Oh, that's
what?
so funny.
I made Minnie retire? Like I got so scared. And then I was like, I texted Amanda. I was like, what?
Well, no,
I was like, I don't remember this.
Well, the context is that actually Pamara gave me the fodder, actually, because I don't know how much I can say about this, but I was asked a question what Pamara and I's relationship was like, and she said, we both work on the same street. And I said, well, one of us does. And she said, well, you're retired. And I was like, where's the joke? Nice try. Yeah. And so that's what made me say it say it when I left. She just gave me fodder. She always does. It's great. I can always be entertaining. And to Pamara's defense, because I thought you were I didn't really listen to you speaking, because I thought you were just asking the fuck, marry, kills, and you put that out. Yeah, I thought you were just asking me the question that you asked me before, so I just answered it exactly the same. But what did you say? Kiss, marry, boot, or something? I didn't know that till afterwards.
It was just a PG version of that. But you gave the answers basically that you gave on our podcast already.
Yeah, but I don't think. Fine. Yeah, me too. And I don't think they knew that. I don't know if they'd seen it, but I did post it on my story because I thought it was so funny. Yeah. What makes me laugh about when I said it, I'd fuck Pamara. No, just kidding. I'd kill Pamara. I'm horrible. No wonder we have conflict.
Oh my gosh.
I just wish she had a sense of humour about our relationship. It'd be so much more fun.
Yeah. No, definitely. I think Pamara
is intense.
Pamara doesn't get. I guess Pamara doesn't mix well with the mess. But I think it's fun.
Well, she's the ingredients for the mess.
Oh my god.
Oh, so funny.
Yes.
Minnie, did you go to Drag Expo or
no? I'm choreographing a musical for a high school, so because I went away for 10 days to DragCon, I had to come back and work on that, so I wasn't able to do Drag Expo.
Yeah. So how was your DragCon? Like overall experience? How was it?
I would say, do you know what? It was 100% fabulous. Even the Bring Back My Girls, even though that was dramatic, I had some resolution about because we what's weird about the show, especially the Australian version, we're all put in that melting pot, and then we all get sent home, and then we have to deal with the carnage of that. We don't actually have like a reunion with a mediator to discuss it. So I think for me, it was actually, as much as it was dramatic, I actually realised that I don't need, when I set a boundary and they don't respect it, I can walk away.
Well, since you were surrounded by so much drama, did you ever get to meet up with Miss Beersalicious, who was the center of drama for Canada?
Yes. Well, she's just as, what can we call her? If I'm Messy Minnie, what is she?
Oh, goodness.
Because
Award Twitter winner. That has nothing to do with it, but
what's a
messy word? Delicious.
What's a messy word that starts with F?
F. Okay, let me see.
Well, I can think of like, well, I know I'm skipping ahead here, but it's like the trailer for next week. I call her Hurricane Heidi.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't it? It's like, oh, here comes Hurricane Heidi. I love it.
Oh, yeah. Let me think. F's a hard one. That's the problem. It's just
yeah.
Goodness.
I would say more for
oh my God. I Googled and it gave me filthy. I was like, that's not. Filthy fierce is not good.
No.
That doesn't.
Fuck-you-licious. That's funny.
She's hilarious, though. She makes me... You know what I like about her?
I love her.
The way she's embraced her whole edit and the drama on the show, and she's really embraced it.
Yes, it's so good.
Yeah, she owns it, laughs at it. It's like I love the way she's done that. I think it's really fabulous.
And she's definitely the breakout star of Canada. Like,
wow,
totally. She's one of my favorites. Definitely. I am obsessed with her.
Who else did I love? I love Irma Gerd and
that's great.
Vivian. Is it Vivian?
Oh, yeah, Vivian.
Yeah. Love them. Love who else? Giselle. I love. Oh, you know who I'm in love with? Oceane. Love her.
Ooh. Oh, such a nice lady.
Oh my God! Every time I was with her, I'd cack laughing. I'd love to tell a story, but I might get in trouble. I don't want to get messy this soon in the podcast.
Oh yeah, we're only 10 minutes in. Oh my gosh!
Who did you meet that you didn't vibe with? Let's be messy.
Oh, that I didn't. Oh no, I played the Pamara fifth.
Good answer.
Good answer. It's actually a good out, isn't it? And it's a funny out as well.
It is. It is. It gives a lot of context.
I met so many queens that I just adored, like so many, like Nicole Page Brooks. She's hilarious. Who else was funny? Oh, Lucy DeLuca, what a sweetheart she is. It's so funny when you watch her on the show and the edit that she got, and then you meet this person. I'm like, you poor thing. Like, you're just such the sweetest little thing you are. Mm-hmm. So sweet. And who else was Selena S. Titty's gorgeous. Dahlia Sim, gorgeous. Had a Scarlet Envy. We connected on our Glamour.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Oh, and I heard you met Utica as well, our good friend.
Oh, yeah, we did Mickey's on the Monday night together, and she gave me a tip after my number, and then I gave her a tip in Australian dollars. She was incredible. She was incredible at Mickey's.
Wonderful.
I'm just going to wear this, I forgot.
Oh, my Minnie Cooper. What about me, Kate?
Oh, I got mine. Where did it?
Did you pay for that?
This is the one that you gave. I bought a print.
Because at the end of DragCon, I was handing them out to everyone. I was giving them to everyone. Anyone would take one. I had to get rid of them.
I should have worn this from the start. It's literally been sitting
on my desk. I just remembered. I was like,
it's okay. Better late than never. Actually,
I have your photo.
Oh, you bought the butterfly one.
I was between that one and the butterfly one because I really loved that runway. It was one of my favorites on the season. I think it might have been my favorite on the season. Now,
my favorite was the one with the heart. That was my favorite.
The one with the
red one, where everybody was wearing red.
Yeah.
That was honoring the people. That felt like that was really.
I could give you the.
I also loved your wheelies. The wheelies was fun.
You know what? If anything, I was always entertaining. Good, bad, messy, yellow. I was always entertaining.
Agreed. You were really like. I think Down Under 2 was so good because of like I've said it like last time too. I said it. It was because we had so many like different age group of queens and who have had different
Agreed.
experiences coming together and who are not afraid to say what they felt, like you, like, you know, like you come from a time where um just nowadays queens want to like mince words. They don't want to say anything, but you really,
Yeah.
it was
Well,
really nice to see. Like,
this is something else I want to sort of say, something I've realised. Like, drag is a very unique business, and the way we speak to each other and the way we behave is very unique in our world, because you don't actually
Mm.
train to become a drag queen, and to train drag queens and put them in their place, you use shade and things like that. That's where it
Right.
comes from. So
Yeah.
when now this curtain has been opened and the normal viewer watches it, they go, "Oh, they're so mean, they're so horrible," but it's actually a way to manage
Mhm.
the business, which is really weird to say,
Yeah.
because
Right.
it's because there's so much ego, and you've got to watch out for people because they might cut your job or cut your wages, undercut you, things like that. It's a real tricky
Yeah.
business.
Mhm. Definitely.
But I, for one,
And
love a good shade. I'm pretty
Oh,
shady.
can I
me
just
too.
say, if you're not throwing shade, you're just going to get sunburnt. That's all I got to say.
I love it.
That is really incredible.
Yes.
But Minnie, what happened to everybody during the reading challenge? Now that is the question. The reading challenge was interesting.
What reading
On
challenge?
your
I can't.
season.
I'm
On your...
dyslexic. I don't know if you know that, but I'm dyslexic.
Oh my God.
Well,
Wow.
at least you have a good excuse because other people, oh my God, that reading challenge was very interesting.
Yeah,
Very
have I read my reads for you? What were my reads?
Oh,
Oh,
what was it?
Hanaconda, you've done great work the last 2 years. It's more than I can say for your plastic surgeon.
Oh my
What?
God.
Oh, Yuri, I know you young kids love to beat your face, but why do you have to beat it with a baseball bat?
Ah!
Oh, what else was there? Trying to
Oh my
think.
God.
Spanky Jackson, you're a cunt, 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 cunt. You look like a cunt and you act like a cunt. Put some pants on.
Oh my God.
No, what was? Oh,
you could have been so good.
I would have walked away with that. Why even bother?
No competition. Oh my
Uh,
gosh.
yeah. In reading, it's a funny thing. It's about getting some truth and
Mhm.
making it funny. That's what a read is. I don't know if
Mhm.
that's what I think a read is.
Oh, but speaking of that past and what you mentioned earlier about how, when you're working in the drag scene, there's no formal training. You go in there, the discipline is basically shade. But I
Mm.
think going into the production world behind cameras and like in entertainment, then the like expectations and things behind a set, like Drag Race, are set differently. So, do you
Oh,
think that's changed, like how you and your cast perceived it? And if so, like maybe who do you think has changed the most under these, like this new experience and new world?
do you know who I think's changed the most in a positive way is Beverly. Like
Mm.
like the kid that was on. I hate saying the kid. The person
Mm-hmm.
that was on that show and the person that they have become over the last year is extraordinary. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm so proud of Beverly. She's put on her own one woman show, and I know how hard that is to put on a
Oh
one woman
yes,
show.
that is.
And for her to do that at 21, 22 is really extraordinary. Like, and I think she's just great. I love Beverly so much, and I respect her a lot. And what I find really
And she,
interesting, how mature she is emotionally. Like, we had conflict on the show. We've spoken about it. We saw each other's point of view, and we actually saw each other's point of view, and we get on like a house on fire now. We've moved on. We actually have fun with it. It's like,
love that.
yeah, and that's how you resolve conflict. Is inevitable in life, like, and it's how you resolve it.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and I love that she's definitely grown because she's finally watched Muriel's wedding.
I know. Finally, she's got some culture.
Yeah, exactly. You know
Yeah.
who hasn't seen Muriel's wedding? I found out at DragCon. Vivian Vanderpuss. You
Okay,
should drag
I'll
her.
send her the link for that. They're really fun, Vivian Van Puss and Umago. They're
Oh,
so much
really,
fun.
really.
Oh
Love
my
them.
gosh. No, I love them so much. I wanted to go to their booth because I love Ermagerd, but I especially love Vivian, but I just didn't have the time.
Well, I did.
Yeah, you were in line. I was holding in line
That's,
for you for Maddie while you went to get to see the two people.
that's true.
I was
That's
doing
true.
I was doing charity work for Niru.
It was really bad because I got their names mixed up. I put them the opposite way around.
Oh.
I was like, oops. I did watch their season 2. I was like, but I'm so bad with names. Like, I'm pretty bad.
They're also peas in a pod, so
That's
I don't
fine,
blame
yeah.
you.
Yeah, they were there together.
We're all peas in a pod.
Any other experience that you've had at DragCon that you like really liked, or even after DragCon? Because I know you. How was LA? Like, how did LA treat you?
Oh, it was great. Went to see Hairspray, Nina Weston Hairspray, and got to meet. Yeah, and got to meet Marissa, the original Tracy Turnblad. She happened to be in the audience. That was lovely.
Yeah.
What else? I got to. Oh, they asked me on the panel what I was looking forward most coming to DragCon, and I said meeting Tammy Brown. And I told Tammy, and she took me for dinner. That was amazing. She is just one of the funniest, quirkiest beings I've ever met. Love her. What else? And it was, what was really nice? Meeting people with their. Like, there was this one boy that came to my booth and he was he couldn't do the PayPal on his phone. He got all flustered. And I said, well, what's wrong, sweetheart? And he goes, I feel like I'm taking up too much space. I said, everybody in the world deserves space, sweetheart. Some people don't, but you do. but it was like she just with his family life, and it was like almost sort of heartbreaking. So, but I gave him some positive. Like, I love that interaction when you feel like you might make some change in someone's life. Yeah. That's what I like most. That's what I like most about DragCon, actually.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Because you can have a moment like that with someone. There was another boy that came up that was really shy. And I said, oh, do you do drag? And he goes, oh, no, I don't think I could do drag. I said, why? I said, anyone can do drag. You mightn't be good at it, but you can do it. And he goes, no, I'd really love to try. And I said, well, just be the best version of you. Take inspiration from people, but be you at the end of the day, and you'll succeed. And he's written to me and said, I think about that every day. And I think that's really nice.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah, it's really nice. And my last story was this. I think this boy must have been about 17, 16. He comes up and goes, I really loved you on your season. I go, do you love the drama? He goes, yes. And I said, what was your favourite part? And he goes, the Minnie curse. Isn't that adorable? So cute.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
I love that. No, it was so amazing, like meeting the Down Under girlies, like you,
Agreed.
Spanky, Queen. Just it was so like Down Under 2 is, I've said it before, like one of my favorite seasons. So it really.
We're good time girls. We definitely are good time girls.
Yes.
So much.
Yeah, so much fun.
Because remember we were supposed to meet you on day 1, but you were at your booth, and then we kind of lost each other.
Well, and then I found Minnie, and then we ran all over the convention floor looking for you. We couldn't find you.
I was sitting on the floor. My phone was like about to die. Like, I didn't have internet. My phone is all busted. So I just was sitting at one place. I was like hoping you guys will find me. So I just sat down on the floor.
You found me just after my show, didn't you? Is that when you found me? It was
you were on the pink carpet walking really fast, and I was like, damn, Minnie's a walker. And then I'm like, Minnie! And then you're like, oh my gosh, hello. And then I was like, I don't know where Niru is. I've been trying to find them all day, but I'm glad I found you because we've been looking for you. And I was like, if you're going to be at your booth, I'll find them and come and bring them, but like, don't worry about it. But you were like, no, let's go find them. And I was like, oh my God, okay. So we're running around. We passed by the Babs booth, and then everyone's there and they're like, take a picture. So I take the picture of you and everybody there. I'm like, hey, Spanky, we met once on the internet. Bye. And then we like ran around and we like looped and still couldn't find Niru. And then we just
I was literally there. Like, I was, you know what? Okay, I will come clean. I was at the children's area because there was like a queen reading books, and I was so invested in what like she was saying. I don't even remember what she was saying, but just the way she was like reading it, I was so invested. So I was just sitting out by the chairs and like just just listening to her, that was like
Well, without further ado, I think we should start talking about the episode. But Minnie, how have you been liking All Stars 8 so far? You can be honest.
It started off, I thought it was a bit clunky to start, to be honest, but then I've really gotten into it. I really like the personalities. I love that it's not your normal mix of queens. Like, it's quite a mature bunch of queens with big personalities, and I sort of love that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm loving Heidi on the show. I'm actually loving them all. I really think they're all great. I think they've all got something. They all offer something for television. If you look at it like that, like they're funny, they're quick, they're emotional, they're shady. They're all those things that make for great television. I think.
Yeah. I had two people who I was really invested in. Like, I personally like a story. I just love those two queens, and they're both gone home.
Who were they, Kasha and?
No, Monica Beverly Hills and Darian.
Darian's fan. Speaking about shady, she is hilarious. Oh my god, she had me in stitches at DragCon. I couldn't stop laughing.
She was the first queen ever from like Drag Race who ever like acknowledged me.
Yeah, wow, she's really nice. She's lovely. Because I bumped into Kasha Davis while she was checking in. We had a nice moment, and she goes, "Oh, I better follow Sid already too." She was really nice, like really lovely. I like her a lot. Like two peas in a pod we were. I think it's that age thing, you know, the old hags hanging out together.
It was really sad to see both of them like go home so soon.
I know. I was so sad. No, sad when Mrs. Kasha Davis went home. That was emotional for me.
Yeah.
Oh, there's always time for kindness. Like, no, don't do this.
I know. And even Darian, I felt like it was just a little bit like, no matter what happened, she was going home. That's why I felt that.
Definitely.
Because she was great.
Also, like, she was put in the bottom 3 times. I just thought that like her only justified bottom placement was in the ball episode. I don't think that she should have been in the bottom first episode or even this episode when we talk about it, obviously. But and that really pissed me off. And then no reading challenge.
I know.
When All Stars does it episode 1, like it's so frustrating.
Actually, I would hate having a reading challenge straight up when you haven't really met people, because you sort of got to get to know them to be able to read them. Like, it's really hard, like, because you need to get, because all we read came off Yuri saying something, so that's how I got my read. So it's sort of like you got to get a feel for these people before you read them. I find that tricky. I find that really hard.
With All Stars, it's kind of different, you know, like everybody kind of knows everybody, so that's why they do it in episode 1.
Yeah, that's
right.
It
just, but to have like, and then Darian didn't even get to lip sync. It is crazy. Like, how do you miss that ball? Like, that queen is literally a lip sync assassin.
They just seem like they know. They seem like they don't know how to utilize their queens this season, which is weird because I feel like a lot of them are very easy placements on like you know, to generalize the typecast that they are. Like, you know, it's weird.
It is weird.
Yeah, because with the lip sync assassin twist, you can only have one winner. If they had like a top 2, then you can actually like mix and match and have like 2 different queens lip sync, and it actually comes out like a really varied way. Like,
yes, haven't they done it? Correct me if I'm wrong. Haven't they done that in All Stars before?
Yeah,
where the two win? Yeah. Do you think that works better than having an assassin?
Yeah, I think so. Like, Assassin was great in season 5. That's when they began it, and it was fun because you wanted to see like who was gonna come, you know. And season 6 is I think when it peaked, because you had like each episode was like a different person winning, and it really, and they were all really good lip syncers. Like Trinity, K Bonet, Ginger Mint, amazing lip syncer. Kylie's brilliant. Raja, Yara, Sophia. Like, you had all these amazing lip syncers and winning. And this season I feel like they're good, but they're not amazing lip syncers. Like, Hannah was great, but then everybody else is like they're either comedy queens or fashion queens or like, you know, shady queens or this and that, but none of them. Darian was the one that I think truly like is a lip sync assassin.
Yeah.
Like, even Lallery, but they haven't won. They haven't won yet. Lallery hasn't won yet. Darian didn't get to win. So I think they haven't utilized this. Like, if the assassin twist is gonna win like work, then they have to have at least one really good lip sync win. Yeah. Because lip syncs just become weaker, and it doesn't hold weight.
Yeah, because I felt like the dynamic of Drag Race changed. It was no longer about people that did drag for their life and came on a show. It became people that did drag to get on a reality show. I felt like there was a shift, and I that didn't resonate with me at the time.
Yeah. I see. Yeah.
You know what? You're so right. Like, I loved all the queens, and I'm not saying like, but there's always like 1 or 2 queens that give you that old-timey feeling that they do drag because that's how they can express themselves. And it really, like, you know, like watching Peppermint. It was totally like a moment. Just, you know, like, totally, you're so right. Like, that really comes out.
Oh, totally. Like, that's why I love Jimbo, really, because Jimbo is a true drag. Like, really just expresses himself. And they're not trying to fit into a box. It's what their drag is. Utica, another one. The way they're Angeria is another one. Really expresses her. That was one of my favourite later seasons, because I felt like the girls on that season really were doing drag because it was an extension of themselves, not trying to be a cookie cutter off someone else. I really felt like it was an extension of their being. That's when I think drag is at its best, is when it's an extension of them.
Agreed.
That's why I love Heidi and Closet. I think she's the star for me.
I love her.
She's the star for me this season. Like, I can't believe do you think they've done it deliberately just to make her break down?
Yeah. I think what they want is like a storyline where she's like broken down, and then bam, she wins an episode. Because I don't think they want to get rid of her this easy. So it's like they want to like break like Lucy, you know, like they kind of did that, and then bam, she wins an episode, and it's all good.
Yeah.
But I think it's really affecting her, and it's so obvious that even when she's good, like, she's being put in like as safe. It's just
which
obvious.
Is terrible, because everyone can see that she deserved to win multiple challenges, but she didn't. It's affecting even the viewership.
Yeah, it's weird. And being on the show, like, I don't know if it's tricky. Like, I was always happy for people when they won. Like, I think it's because sometimes I think it's hard when you're in it to get a clear perspective. But when you watch it, sometimes you're like, oh, come on. Like, should we talk about the challenge that they had, which was, what was it again? The acting, writing their own script.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they made a
So-
trailer. Oh, go ahead. You say it, Niru.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say okay. So basically, the girls were divided into 3 teams, and each team had to create a trailer.
And how did they get there? How did they get there?
Oh, good question. Yeah, we don't there.
It was a really fun mini challenge where they had to pop balloons with like a pit stop member, very, sexual. It was really cute. I love that challenge, by the way. Like,
Yeah,
the mini
me
challenge
too.
is fun.
I love the addition where they let you
So
pick
fun.
if you were going to
It's
give or receive.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, give or receive. It was so funny. Who was who?
So,
Who made it? James Mansfield really made me laugh. She was so funny.
Yes. So
when Heidi
funny.
fell, that was hilarious. When she just like lopped like all fallen down, I thought that was hilarious.
God.
Yeah, me too.
The first team was Darian, Alexis, and James. What did you think of that team? They did this sci-fi Lost episode.
I actually thought they were in pretty good teams, like to work together. I actually didn't hate the Lost idea, like as much as Alexis Michelle did.
If there's one thing to do, it's gonna throw someone under the bus. I love
great
it.
TV.
Oh,
she's great
fabulous.
TV, like amazing TV. But again, like if you're in a team, speak up, because at the end of the day, your ass is on the line too. So her saying like, "Oh, I didn't," like, just it's your fault. You should have said something.
Well, yeah, you unless there was conflict, unless you said
There was no conflict.
There was no conflict. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it wasn't like they were having conflict and it fell apart. She agreed, and they were, so once you agree, you've agreed to the idea and you make it work. Yeah. You didn't say, I'm not doing it, I don't think it's going to work, and then you have a clash and then the idea crumbles. Then I can sort of get why she would have spoken on the runway, because we go, we didn't work well together as a team. But she didn't communicate that. So that was a bit, I think that's where it was a bit dodgy from her.
Yeah. Oh, it's like in the same vein, Candy and Jimbo, they talked it out, and that's why they won at the end of the day. Like, their team was so good because they discussed. If it's a team challenge, just talk it out. You can't just. She did that in her previous season as well, which is, I mean, it's still funny, but like at the end of the day, it's kind of your fault.
Do you know what I did like though, was when she brought it up on the runway and the others didn't even say anything and they just stood there.
Oh yeah.
And they didn't cause any drama. I thought that was really, and then they just spoke about it later. I thought that was nice.
Yeah. Because Darian, in her original season, she was like really feisty. Like, I loved Shady Elephant. That's what she used to call herself. And it's like, and it's just crazy that she didn't say anything. She was just kind of like, okay.
Well, maybe she sort of thought, well, yeah, it's sort of true. Because she did sort of say that she didn't like the idea. But maybe, I don't know what was going through her head. Because they were both very calm. They both just stood there, walked back. And even in Untucked, they weren't that mad.
I wish she said something. It would have been funnier. Like,
have a fight. Come on.
Yeah.
It's a bit like Bev.
Last DragCon, Darian, when I went to her booth, she actually pitched this idea to me. I don't know if All Stars 8 was shot, or I don't think it was, but she actually told me about this Lost idea. She was like, you make movies, why don't you make a short film about like some drag queens that ended up on an island and they see like all these older celebrities. And when I was watching, when she pitched it in the episode, I was like, girl, we were supposed to make that movie. Like,
well, do you know what's really weird? When I heard them speak about the episode, because I've already done a spoof on Death Becomes Her, you know, when Goldie Hawn is going like that and Meryl Streep's getting murdered.
Oh, yeah.
And she goes, man, she goes to us. I've done a drag version of that. I probably would have suggested that. And like killing her and then killing her.
Yeah.
And then I've gone to drag therapy. Like that would have been my trailer. I would have rehashed an idea too.
Honestly, that's great. I mean, if it ain't broke,
don't fix it.
Did I use that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly. Also, these trailers were short films.
Oh yeah, they were short films. They were.
I was like, where is the trailer? Like, it's
Just getting back to
Really?
Darian and their group, she was
oh yes,
fantastic in her
she
trailer.
was
She
brilliant.
was so
It was
funny.
great.
Like she landed all the jokes. And actually, Alexis didn't land any jokes. She wasn't funny at all.
Oh, she didn't.
No,
Do you
when
think that's because
Darian said
she?
Obama, I thought that was so funny.
Yeah, it was funny. She
Mhm.
was funny, and even James was funny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It's just the way like they suddenly decided to judge in groups was iffy.
It
yeah.
was
Well,
That
calculated.
really, I think,
Me.
put her in the bottom. It just she should not have been in the bottom, Darian.
what did you think of Jimbo's and who was that? Jessica and
Candy.
And
Candy.
Candy. Yes.
What did you
So
think of
that was
their?
the Mean Girls character.
Yeah. In the group, Jimbo was clearly the best, but that wasn't a winning team for me. Like I didn't laugh. I thought it was just too forced.
I loved theirs more as well. I
Yeah.
thought they were hysterical. Jimbo looked a bit like Punky Brewster. Do you know who Punky Brewster is, Amanda?
I don't think Amanda does.
No, she looks blank. You don't know who Punky
Let me
Brewster is,
send
do
you
you? Amanda, she's gone blank.
Was it?
Is she frozen?
Was it like?
Amanda's frozen.
Oh wait, Amanda, are you frozen?
Oh,
Oh.
I thought that was her reaction to Punky Brewster.
Was Punky Brewster like an Australian sitcom?
No,
Right? It was
no,
American.
American.
Okay, because I was like, oh wait, she's gone.
Okay, I'm back for real
We were
this
talking
time.
shit about you.
Oh, I'm sure. Like, ugh, that bitch. No, I don't blame you.
We're calling you a horrible, horrible lady.
I mean, I can't really
Say it
blame
to
you.
your face. And he looked like Pippi Longstockings. Who you don't know who it is? Google it. Educate
Pippi
yourself.
Longstocking is coming in. I know that one.
So you know Pippi Longstocking.
Oh, Punky Brewster is what I said. More Punky Brewster. It's same, all the same.
Yeah.
Funny though, really funny.
I thought like since that group was like the winning group, I get it why Jimbo won like overall, but I also think that group tried a little too hard. I don't know if that's like just me, but it felt a little. I wasn't a fan.
I just loved Heidi, Lala Reed, and Kimura's group.
Yeah.
I just thought they looked ridiculous, and
Yes.
they were so. Just her eating the hand.
Oh,
Yeah.
so funny.
It was so off the wall and out of the box, and their makeup and just looking like, I don't know, they were run over by a truck, and I just loved it. It was my favourite.
I
agree. Same. That was my favorite. This is like the one challenge that they should not have judged in teams. Like every time, other times we're like, oh, they should have judged in teams, but this is the one time that I think some people in different teams were like stronger. In what they were doing.
What I liked about Jimbo, Heidi, and Lala Reed is that they really didn't try to make themselves look glamorous.
Yeah, me too.
Like they really will go outside the box and make themselves look hideous for a part, and I love that.
They will. It's so funny.
It reminded me of, I don't know if you watched UK vs. the World, like the first season, but Pangina doing the musical, she was supposed to do Annie, and she made her look like hideous. Like she looked so dirty and disgusting, and it was so funny. And I love when a queen like goes all off.
Yeah,
and you guys in your acting challenge, everybody looked hideous.
I looked beautiful. Best I've ever looked. I looked like that because I think
flawless.
I think I only had like 20 minutes to get ready. That's why I looked the way I did. I thought that'll do.
Oh.
Yeah, it was really rushed. That's why it looks like that's why it looks like quick drag, because we didn't have much time.
Oh, damn.
Oh my god, that makes sense.
Totally.
That acting challenge was wild.
Yeah.
It's
totally loved it. So What was
So we
Heidi?
move on to-
We've talked about them all. Do we talk about Heidi's concept? What their concept was? Oh, the smelling panty. The
Yeah,
tucking
this-
pair was
Well,
funny.
they had to
The
steal
magical
it.
tucking
They had to-
panties with the
Yeah.
secret powers. Yeah, I thought it was the best one of the three. So I was
Yeah.
like
I agree.
surprised
That-
to see them be safe.
Yeah, totally. And Lala Reed, she's really come into her own this season as well. I think
Yes.
she's
Yes.
really. Do you think she's different from her season, or do you just think all the challenges are going in her favour this time?
I think because her comedy challenges. I think she was in the Flag Day episode, like the acting challenge. In
She
her season.
was.
I think she
Mm.
struggled, didn't she? If I remember
Mm.
correctly.
I don't remember.
And
She
to-
didn't stand out. Simone was the one who
Yeah.
stood out in her group.
Mm.
Oh, I mean, but
it's Simone.
I'm glad that this season she's like standing out a lot for me. So she's definitely, I think, coming to her own.
And I think it helps that they have some camaraderie between them, because when you have that, you can work better as a group. Like the three of them have worked twice together, so they have that sort of now have that work ethic and work as a team, and that camaraderie really helps when you're doing something like that.
Agreed.
I agree.
Yes.
Really great.
Shall we move on to the runways?
Yeah, let me just bring it up on my iPad.
Right. Yeah. No
So-
problem. Oh, you got an iPad. Look at the technology.
Wait, a shout out to Drag.looks for the
Yes,
screenshots,
thank
because
you to Drag.looks for single-handedly carrying the pictures for these episodes that we put on the
honestly,
box.
because the official account, they don't post it anymore. It is so
Oh.
frustrating. Like, I don't know why. Like every
But
time
they do for the
it's
other
easy on-
franchises, which is the
They do.
funniest
Every other
part.
franchise so easy. Like UK, I don't have to look anywhere else. It's on the official thing. But
Yeah, well, isn't that weird?
American ones, they stopped doing it. Even a Down Under used to do it, and it's so easy to like just because I have that HD photo of Spanky's design challenge look, and I keep it with me all the time. Like that's like
It's actually iconic, isn't it? It is like
it is.
It is.
I just
They called her an IUD. Michelle called her an IUD. I was like,
oh my god.
I actually love that whole episode. It's just like Beverly just reading everyone to filth. Oh, Minnie stapling her outfit together. Oh, yuck! It's just all that actually makes me laugh.
Oh my god.
That
It
was
was
such
so
a
good.
like yeah.
What's the difference between a hot glue gun and a stapler? It all works the same, in my opinion. I was watching the Priscilla documentary, and Tim Chappell was talking about drags back at that time. And he goes, we'd hot glue, we'd staple the outfit together. I said, see, look, if it's good enough for an Oscar winner, it's good enough for me.
Exactly.
Very old school.
As long as it looks good. I mean, it doesn't matter how you made it.
Well, that's even debatable.
Well, clearly we learned as long as it looks good last episode, it's fine and it wins.
Oh, yes.
Because
Maybe Kasha should have tried stapling.
Oh, she should have
Maybe.
tried cutting things out of the outfit. That's
you know what? If she stapled, then she would have run out of staples and run out of like ways to put things on. So she would have had to be a little more minimalistic.
That's true. But I did love what she said. I'm a woman with a budget, so I pay to get my drag made. I'm not poor. I sort of love that.
No, it was so funny. I was like,
It was
that's
funny.
true. It's so true.
So true.
Oh my gosh. So this week's runway
yeah.
category. Oh, okay. I get to go.
No,
Okay.
go ahead.
Okay. So this week's runway category was As the World Turns. Do you
Interesting
like
category,
this kind of a
actually.
category? Like, what would you do if this were on your side?
I would have done like a hip hop girl with a big butt. Is what I would have done.
Ah.
You know, like I like big butts and I cannot lie.
Yes.
I love that. Anna Khan.
Yeah.
Yes, and Anna
I would have
Khan
done something crass, like dirty, like toilet paper stuck in my ass. Like as I'm turning around and it's like a toilet paper just
Oh,
trailing
come on,
off
Miss
my butt.
Sewage.
That's good. That would have been funny. And it's like I went to the toilet, but my skirt got dirty, so it's like I have it, and the toilet paper is like coming out, and that would have been funny.
Do you know what I did struggle with when they'd show their bare bottom? I really did struggle with that slightly. I don't know why. The only one that Kimura's was fine because it looked plastic, but I don't know. There's just something about seeing real ass. I'm just a bit like, oh, do I really need to see that?
I'm surprised no one took like a peach perspective on it. Like, you know,
Oh,
because
yeah.
like the peach emoji, like I think it would have been fun if like someone was a tree and then they were the bark and then there is like leaves and then like peaches on there and then their butt was a peach too.
That would
Yeah.
have been fun.
Yeah.
I have to say,
This
we'll
sounds
get
like
to
an-
it. We'll get to the person's runway that I thought was the best. Should we
Yes,
start
yes.
with
Oh,
Alexis Michelle?
Let's go.
Yes.
Alexis Michelle, what do you think?
Alphabetical.
And remember we have 8 to regurgitate for our toot and boot.
Definitely 8. Well, you'd eat the cake before she throws you under the bus. That's what you'll do. Actually saw
Enjoy
that
the
quote
party
on
first.
before I throw you
Okay.
under the bus. I thought she's really stepped it up this season. I thought she looked absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
Loved the dress.
Mhm.
Loved the veil, the way it hit just at the back and then you saw her cheeks. I thought she looked
Mhm.
immaculate. I loved it.
Oh my
She
gosh.
looks really good.
What did you think?
I'll give it an 8 too. I personally, overall, like this entire runway, I wasn't a fan of it. I thought it was just a weak runway category as a whole. But this,
Mhm.
she looks really pretty.
Oh,
She looks
beautiful.
really pretty. I know that's her own ass, but at first I didn't realize that she was trying to show her ass.
Oh.
Like my eyes were like everywhere else, and then when she turned, I was like, okay, she's just turning back, and I was like, then she pointed at it or just did something, and I was like, oh, her ass is out. I thought like there should have been, I don't know if she would have padded, I don't know, but it just, her ass should have been more popping, in my opinion. That's, I kind of felt.
Yeah. It's almost like the dress wasn't finished or it fell down, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
We've caught her coming back from the toilet and she forgot to pull her skirt up.
Oh my gosh. Honestly, I give it an 8 too. I think this might be controversial. I think that for me, it was the best look of the night. It was the most get to the
Wow.
story. It it had the butt and it had like a little joke in it. I mean, I think honestly, in general, this category was kind of weak, so the bar wasn't too high.
Well, I'm going to give my opinion on that later. We'll see.
All right, yeah. All right. Next, we have Darian Lake. What do you think, Minnie?
I loved it, and I loved seeing her in looking sexy, owning her curves. I thought she looked absolutely incredible. Loved it. Loved all the cutouts. I thought it was great.
Yeah, same. I think this is an 8. I love Darian. Like I said, if she can come out in the most disgusting outfit and I'll still defend it. So I loved this. I thought she looked really sexy. She was really pretty. Her face, I love it. I love everything about this. 8.
Yeah.
I'll give this.
Beautiful face to a drag. Do you know what I mean? She's got the perfect face to a drag. Really stunning.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Oh, so pretty.
I'll
Loved
give it a
it.
nibble.
You'll give it a nibble.
That's-
Oh, okay.
Not really controversial.
Wow.
I think okay, listen, I think my friends have influenced me a bit. Every week I have to be at the viewing party at my home it's hosted by the princess. And
Yeah.
this week one of my good friends, Aura Mayari, was the special guest, and they kept calling it a viewing party look or performance look. And they were like they didn't like it. And it's like, so now I'm like, oh my god, they're in my head.
The first episode, her runway was amazing. Like the cheetah print dress. Like that Darian that we saw in season 6 and this Darian is just miles different. Like,
Yeah,
it's
I
genuinely
agree.
so fascinating.
You know
to
what?
see.
I'm realizing I've passed the baton of delusion from myself to you. From Aura to you.
Listen, I will always be delusional for Darian. I said that in episode 1. I said Monica Beverly Hills and Darian, I'm fully delusional. So
Yeah.
Yes.
And you're allowed to be. That's what Drag Race is about, isn't it?
Right.
We
You're
all
allowed to root.
if we all agreed, the show would be boring.
Right.
True. Very true.
Right. All right. Next, we have Heidi and Closet.
Look at the night. Look at the night.
Oh, yes.
Agreed.
Because why I say it, I know she did look beautiful, Alexis, but just the concept of being an ass, like genius.
Yes.
Isn't that just
exactly.
It's actually genius. And her makeup, the ass. It's genius. I think it's genius.
Amazing. It is so
Yeah.
good. When this was also a runway of the night for me, and when they announced like the category, I was like, oh, somebody should come out as a donkey, like an
Yeah.
ass, and then she did, and I was like, yes, this is it. This is
Yes.
I
This
would have
is
come out. I would have
great.
come out. I would have come out as Caitlyn Jenner.
Oh my god, yes.
yes, I love that.
Do you reckon people would have got it? Yeah, they would have, wouldn't they?
That would have been so funny. You should
So
have
funny.
That
Mhm.
that is
But
great.
yeah, I also really like this look. Definitely an 8. I love it. I love Winnie the Pooh and seeing this. And it's funny because
Oh,
she's
yeah.
doing Eeyore, right? And she's going around
Mhm.
in this outfit. Her season 12 sister went on a tour with the Crystal Method with a Winnie the Pooh in drag, like
Oh,
drag look.
wow.
So I
Oh,
think it's kind of cool, like the different people from season 12 are being the different characters from Winnie the Pooh. Like it's so
Wow.
cute.
Oh, isn't it funny? Because I thought she was Eddie Murphy from Shrek.
Oh,
oh,
I'm pretty sure it's Eeyore because they're
Yeah,
purple.
she said.
Yeah, it is.
Oh
I
my gosh.
don't know why. I suppose because he calls himself an ass in the movie a lot, doesn't he?
Yeah,
In
yeah.
Shrek.
Yeah,
I think
he
that's
does.
where my mind went.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. But it was a good look.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's so
totally.
good.
Okay. And next we have James Mansfield.
Eight
I
for-
like this. I think
I like this as well.
yeah.
Do you know what I love? I
Oh.
saw James at DragCon and she came out and interviewed me. And I just said to her, I said, you know what I love about you, James? You're a pork chop, and what you've done out of your drag race and what you've achieved, I just think is incredible.
Mm,
Like it just proves it's not where you come, it's what you do with the platform. Like
right.
I've got a lot of respect for James, like a lot.
Me too.
Also, a lot of James's references and everything, I totally relate to that. Like she loves old Hollywood, and I love old Hollywood. It's just I love her. Like every time she comes in, like, oh, I'm referencing this, I'm like, yeah, I get it.
And
You
what
know?
and what I love about James, she's always on brand.
Right.
Very.
Always on brand, like always fabulous, but always James. And I love that.
Mm-hmm. I love
True.
it. And I
True,
love this
Jo-
look. 8.
Mm.
Wait, toot. We don't want to get copyrighted. 8,
8.
not
Oh,
toot.
can you get in trouble for saying toot? Can you?
No.
I don't think so.
No,
But
I
we
don't
just
think
joke
so.
about it. We're like,
We're like,
Canada,
oh, Roger's gonna
Oregon.
come for us.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was an 8. I love it. And I love James. And look at that padding. Like, dang.
Oh,
That
she's
must have
great.
been hard to
That's
stuff in those Capizio tights, you know?
Oh, totally,
great.
totally.
Oh my gosh, so good for her. Next we have Jessica Wilde.
Jessica Wilde, I'm going to give this a nibble. And I just thought it was a bit simple compared to everyone else, but I think it's really beautiful. Love her, but I have to give someone a nibble, and it's her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I did
Her
love the
face
kiss on
looks
the...
great.
Well, she always looks great. It just could
Right.
have gone... I just think it could have... It just looks like a pretty dress with padding.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I agree.
agreed.
Very much agree.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
a nibble.
this runway, personally, I think it would have been great as like a first look
A
or the second
mini
look for a
show.
ball.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
You know, like
yeah.
rather than have like a whole runway dedicated to this, I think it would have been like Fruity Patootie should have been a own runway,
Yeah.
Yes.
like from last week. This felt like a very. I think that's what all the girls thought too. Like it felt like a, except for Heidi because that was elaborate, but everybody else I kind of felt like it felt like a middle look.
Mhm.
Personally.
Like, I reckon with this, if she did like Marilyn Monroe with a big bum and overly shaped, it would have been better or something
Oh,
like
that would have been great. I mean, she's
Yeah,
almost got the hair for it in black.
Yeah. That's what, like who, it's not, is it Jane Mansfield, the actress? That's like Marilyn
Yeah,
Monroe?
Jane
Yeah,
Mansfield.
yeah, like, you know,
Mhm.
she had that big curvaceous bottom. Or Mae West
Mhm.
or something like that, where it was over
Oh,
sensualized. It just looks like Jessica in a really pretty dress with padding.
Yeah, agreed. Nibble.
Absolutely beautiful, but it's a nibble.
Yes.
Nibble
Yes.
from me too.
All right. Next we have Jimbo.
What are your
Start,
thoughts?
Minnie. You start.
No, you start.
Me?
No, Nuri.
Nero,
She's
you
got
go.
her.
You go first. Let's see what you have to
I
say.
was not a fan. Because the thing with Jimbo is like she always reads the runway category in like a really unique way.
Yep.
Like the Net Gala being internet, and then
Yeah,
last
yeah.
week with like Tutti Patootie. This felt very, I don't know, it just felt simple. Like she just, oh, as the world turns, I'm just gonna put a big ass. And I get it, like the humor, but it was not for me. I was not a fan of
Yeah.
this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wasn't
This
really
was
either.
not a fan of this.
Do you know where I normally go when I look at something? Would I wear it? And I probably wouldn't wear that.
Yeah.
Is that harsh?
Honestly.
I think it's great. It's nicely made. Like, but would I wear it? And Jimbo, so it's actually really a Jimbo category, isn't it? This one.
Right?
Yeah,
It should
Yeah.
have been
It
like
does.
her to take, but
yeah.
Yeah. But maybe ran out of ideas, which can happen. Like, it's so
honestly.
possible. Like, let's face it, they've all
Definitely.
been pretty extravagant runways.
Yeah, and they have like only a few weeks to prepare, I'm sure.
Yeah,
so
I think it's
it's
3
like
weeks.
a normal season.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's only 3
Yeah,
weeks.
that's
So I mean,
Yes.
some categories you got to think less hard on. This
Honestly.
is definitely one of them to think less
Yeah,
on.
like it's nice fabric and everything, but I do agree. I have to agree
Yeah.
with you. But for Jimbo standards, I don't think it's good for Jimbo.
Yeah,
What we've seen from
she set the
Jimbo.
bar too high.
Yeah, her own standard.
And
Yeah,
she's kind of like had done this joke before, you know what I'm saying? Like she's done this with tits, and the same joke with like the ass. I just felt like she should have done something more with this, like just something
right.
different.
She would have been better off in an entrance look.
Honestly.
Yeah,
when
that
you-
would
when
have
you
been
s-
harder.
Yeah, when you say that, and maybe that's probably why for her she's already done it. Like that can come into play as well. How am I going to do this idea I've already done before? Like it's probably because has done it.
Yeah, exactly. All right, next we have Kahana Montrese.
She is so bloody beautiful. Like,
Yes,
Oh my
she
God,
is.
she really is like magic to look at, isn't she?
Agreed. How did she fit that whole thing in her suitcase? Like the injection.
It looks like it's inflatable.
It is? It looks
Because if you look at
solid.
that bottom right one, do you see how like she's holding on to it and then the line goes
Oh,
slightly
that's
up?
true. That's true.
Yeah, it must be inflatable.
Oh.
I would
She
not
looks
waste a
great.
suitcase on that.
Honestly.
Yeah, I think it's inflatable.
It looks good.
Yeah, definitely.
I love
this.
it. Yeah, me too. I think it's hot.
It's really pretty.
Like, I
With
love the
how-
color.
Yes.
With how Kahana has been so like her looks have been amazing.
Oh,
this season.
incredible! Like incredible.
Yeah. I think it's the same thing with Jimbo. Like this is simple. Like it's great, but it's kind of simple. Like
Yeah,
don't
but
her look with the ass.
yeah, I get what you say, but I like that what I like about this is right on brand for her with her fake ass and everything. So she's telling her own sort of story, which I like through this. Like her ass looks amazing. Like I don't care that naked ass. I'm like, yeah, I can look at that. It's beautiful. Her beautiful
Wait, Amanda,
skin.
do we have to censor it when we edit this podcast? Do we have to censor it?
I don't
Because that's a lot of
so.
censoring.
I know I swear a lot.
Oh
No,
no,
just the
we
ass.
know. No, we mean like censoring the butt, like visually,
Oh, okay,
like
yeah,
blurring
gotcha.
it out. I don't think so. I think we're okay, but we'll see.
Okay, good.
Next we have Candy Muse.
Oh, where's my candy fat? Oh, there she is.
She's
Loved.
I
I thought she looked fantastic. Great look. Loved it.
I like it from the front. I really do. Like I love the front.
I think maybe what happened was the dress rode up when she went down the runway and she just didn't notice because it looked like you see how the dress line is above her actual padded butt. So I think if it was pulled down, like it would have been fine.
It looks.
But
It
I
looks,
think yeah.
It does look like two Maltesers, doesn't it?
Yes. But I think this if the butt was pulled down, it would have been a better executed version of I think what Jimbo was trying to accomplish.
I think you've hit. I think you've hit the
Um,
note. I think the skirt's written up. That's why it looks funny.
mhm.
I still think it's fantastic though. She's got
I
a
love
really.
it.
It's really good.
I love her mug. I think she does even with the blush. I know they've been joking about it, but I love her makeup.
Oh my god, she recently posted what brand it was. It's CoverGirl.
Oh really?
Oh,
Yeah, I can
I would have
actually.
never guessed CoverGirl. Their products are weak.
Well, you know, it's weird. A lot of the cheaper makeup has gotten better over the last couple of years, actually.
Yeah.
It really has. Like, I think you can pretty much well buy anything.
Oh yeah.
And it's not too bad.
I pretty much exclusively use Elf at this point.
Okay. Is it called Elf? Is it?
Or it's Elf, and it stands for eyes, lips, face. I learned that.
Oh God, got it.
Mhm.
I'm not
They
good
used to
with
be like $1, $2. Now they're a little more expensive, but they're still cheaper than everything else. And their products are basically dupes of high end.
I'm not good with the acronyms.
I highly recommend.
Someone described. I was a bit Kathy Hilton here. Someone called me a goat, and I had to ask my friend Fran. I said, "What's a goat?" And they go greatest of all time. Oh, okay, that's all right. So call me a goat.
Oh my god!
I look like an old goat.
Yeah. It's a good thing.
It's a good thing I didn't know that. Goat block. No.
Oh my god!
It's like when Meryl Streep, everybody was calling her goat, and she thought they were calling her like an old goat.
Yeah, that's
And
what
they
I
were
thought.
like, yeah.
Yeah, it's confusing. It's misleading.
Totally. I always have to look up an acronym. I'm not good with the acronym.
All right, next we have Lalaurie.
What's your thoughts? I really
The back was confusing.
For an ass runway.
I think our reaction says it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't it weird? When I watched it the other night, I didn't think, I thought, oh, yeah, she looks lovely. But now I'm watching it in still photos. I'm like,
It just, okay. The padding, like, I get it. Like, there's the holes in the padding to be the ass, but it's just, the shades are too similar because it's her actual padding. I guess. I think they should have, it should have been, the pink so you can see the contrast better. But then also on top of that, you have the silver stuff going over it. So it doesn't even look like it's her butt. It looks like, I don't know. It just looks like a weird piece of, it looks like weird underwear.
It looks like a two-tone catsuit.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of ill-fitting. The jacket and stuff.
The last time I said that, I got in a lot of trouble.
Oh, we'll cut your part out then. Who knows what's going to happen to you, Niru?
Of course it is a little ill-fitting. Oh, well, okay.
Oh my god!
I take it back. She looks lovely.
Yeah,
amazing. She devoured.
Do you know what? I'm going to say this. She sold that bloody outfit on the runway because I'm looking at. Because I thought she was great on the runway, the way with her attitude and stuff. So I think she sold it more with her personality, and she made that garment work. So I'll give it a nibble. Because I loved her when I watched her. I thought she looked fabulous. But now I'm looking at her now and going, would I wear that?
No.
Sorry.
No. Like I said, overall, besides Heidi and maybe Candy, everything else felt very middle. It's there's 3 runways that we have to prepare. The second one is not okay. Felt very bad.
I think the best were Alexis, Candy, and Heidi. I think that those 3 were the top of the runways by far.
Agreed. So the Maxi Challenge winner of this episode was Jimbo. I know we discussed it a little bit earlier, but overall, do you agree?
I agree with the group that Jimbo was the strongest in that group. Yes, absolutely, 100%.
But who do you think should have won? If you...
Well, actually, I think it should have been a double win between Lala Reid and Heidi. I thought they were both really funny.
I agree.
They were great. It's hard. You know what's weird? When you're working in a team and you're both good, you're actually complementing each other. So it's actually
Right.
a team effort. It's not a solo performance because they're actually working off each other, and then that's why it's so great. Because if they were two people and one was weak, it wouldn't have been as funny. It was really cohesive, and they worked well as a team. They were supporting each other. Great chemistry, like really, really good.
I agree with you. I think if we're looking at the group, Jimbo was the best of that group. But personally, I think I would have given it to Heidi because Lala was great too, but I think I would have just counted the runways a little bit.
Yeah, and
because Heidi's runway was truly, I think.
And her look in the trailer was out of this world. Like, she looked hilarious. Yes. And I love that she got rid of the gap.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was
so
my
God.
To always have that gap, and then she's doing this ugly character and she gets rid of the gap. I thought that was so funny.
That's funny. I didn't even notice.
Yeah, I know, so she's got rid of the gap.
Oh my God.
Yeah, even that attention to detail, that I picked it up. I don't know if anybody else did, but I did. I was like, oh, she's hilarious. Can't wait for next. We can't. We'll wait till the trailer because I want to talk about the trailer.
Yes.
What did you think of the lip sync?
Oh yeah, that's what we're about to talk about. It was with Chanel, and the song was bad. Oh no, you're good. You led us into the perfect, you did this the perfect segue. So the lip sync assassin was Chanel, and the song was Bad Reputation. Yeah, what do you think of Chanel?
Well, I love that she was the first person that ever walked into the room of Drag Race. Love an OG, because without, there's something about those. Was there 8 of them or 10 of them? I think there was only 8, wasn't there?
It was 8, I think.
Yeah, they really did something for all of us, the 8 of them. Do you know what I mean? I think we owe them a lot. So I love that she's there. And I just have respect for the OGs. I just really love them.
Me too.
Reading this, and it has all the history.
We got it. It's an oral history of Drag Race, the first 8 seasons.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And they have all of it. And there's some really fascinating stuff in here. Ongina says, because Ongina's catchphrase was "Hi," and then Alaska did it later. And apparently, whenever Alaska uses it, she pays royalties to Ongina.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah, that was really fascinating to me.
Wow, there's the tea, isn't it? She's lovely, because I met her when she was first on Drag Race. She came to Australia and performed here, and I met her then, and she still remembered me, actually. And she gave me a tip at Mickey's, and I didn't want to take her money. I said, I can't take her money off an OG.
Yeah,
I love Ongina. She was my favorite when I watched season 1 when I watched Drag Race for the first time.
Honestly, I was so devastated when she went home.
Me too.
I just recently rewatched it because I just wanted to go back and see what it was like, and it's just like the Twilight Zone, isn't it? When you watch it, it's like it's like they got curtains from Spotlight, and
it's just they got the chapstick on the lens. It looks like it's filmed in a dungeon.
Yeah,
it's truly.
Well, I think
it was filmed in the basement.
It was filmed in the basement of World of Wonder, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yep.
And
they have it all here.
I just love it. I just think it's so great that we have that captured, and that we can still watch it. I think it's so super fascinating.
Yeah. Me too.
When BB and Ongina lip synced, it was the finale. I was like, whoa, they were my top 2. I don't know who to root. One of them is gonna go home. It was so stressful.
I think from memory, Nina Flowers was my favorite when I first watched it.
Yes.
I was really
amazing.
Oh, amazing! And even Chanel's headdress coming off, it was so dramatic. I've never seen drag like that before, to that polish, and I'd never seen drag like that. Who else's drag really woke me was Raj's drag when she first came on. I'd never seen drag. Never seen drag like that before. It was really wow, drag can be like that. I loved it.
Yeah. Raja changed, I think, how Drag Race does runways.
Oh, totally.
She truly, I think, you can trace it before Raja and after Raja. Raja was truly the one that...
Totally, I agree with you. She just bought her unique this is what I love. People like her, they just bring their unique perspective on drag and don't apologise for it and show you what it is. Like, I love that.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I love Jimbo. Love
Yeah.
Heidi for that reason as well. There's certain queens that are
Mm-hmm.
just, you can tell they're not cookie cutter. They're not just getting a
Yeah.
designer to make their dress. You can tell this is
Yeah.
who they are. It's their being. I love that.
Right. But
Truly.
circling
So,
back to the lip sync,
yeah.
what did you think of it, Minnie?
I thought Jimbo should have won.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah, I really do. Is that weird? Maybe I need to watch it again.
I don't know. I think when I watched it, I was like, I think Chanel's gonna win, but it wasn't like it wasn't
I
like
think both of
as
them are bad.
close or as bad as it, like the difference between the good and the bad. It wasn't as bad for Jimbo and whoever they've lip synced with over the literally their entire run in Drag Race franchise.
Yeah, maybe. I just wish they were more rocky, like a rock chick. You know, it's
Yeah.
it's like that.
I think
Yeah, I
Chanel
agree.
brought that essence a little bit more. They literally did a little bit electric
just-
guitar, you know.
For me, both of them were not up to par with the song. Like Chanel looked like she was, you know, a rocker like chick, but the energy I felt like was lacking from both of them. But it should have been more attitude, like, you know, I want to break things, like, oh, I don't care, you know, I'm gonna break things. But it was lacking. I think both of them were really just missing that.
It was
like meme.
No. It's what I'm thinking in my head. How I'm going to say this without being too offensive, being too messy. It was that. It was having those. They're not grandma shoes, but Chanel. They should be in a boot. Like, do you know what I mean? Like just those ankle things. It's just not rock and roll. It's like watching your grandmother at a wedding getting a bit drunk and getting up and doing rock and roll. That's the way it felt. Is that bad?
That is accurate. That's really accurate. I think
that's what I you know, and that's like I've been accused of that myself. It's not. You got to have eyes and know when you. Well, you know, and it's also weird. This is why I struggle with the lip sync on Drag Race a bit. It's that you don't get to pick a song that you perform well, and you don't get to do a costume that marries to the song. And to make a great lip sync performance, when all those elements are in place, the look, the way you move, the song, that's when lip syncing is at its best. Not just running around doing death drops. That's not lip syncing at its best. I don't think personally.
You know,
that's not the artistry.
The lip sync assassins, like past seasons, the girls like fought for the songs, like the lip sync assassins themselves. They were like, I'm not doing that song. So like Roxy, when Roxy was given some country song before, like when they called her to be a lip sync assassin in season 5, they wanted her to do like a country song, and she was like, I'm not doing that. So she hung up, and then they called her back with like, what about Ariana Grande one last time? And she was like, okay, I'll be there. So I think a lot of the songs that they chose this season does not go with the lip sync assassin. Like, I wish Pangina also did the same thing. Was like, I'm not doing that song. I want to do something fast paced that I do good.
Oh, because they did She Bop, didn't they?
Yeah, and
I love that song.
That was.
I would have loved that.
I like the song too, but for Pangina, it felt like really. She was good, but for like, I wish Pangina was given something fast paced, or in the same sense, like Chanel. She should have been given something like 80s, like I know Bad Reputation is also like an older song, 80s, I think, 80s, 90s, but
a bit like How Will I Know?
Like, yeah, like something like that, like you know, that Chanel does. They're not picking good songs. I think I know that they want to make it equal, but I don't know. If you're bringing in a lip sync assassin, make them look amazing. Like Raja getting coconuts, that was amazing. It like, I love Raja so much. She can do so much. Like, she's given us some amazing lip syncs. I wish they had given her a better song. Oh my god, I'm getting in so much trouble for
it. Was a mess. Well, do you know,
messy Niru strikes again.
You got to be a little bit messy sometimes. Well, and it's like Laganja when she came on. That was one of the best lip syncs of Assassins. So that was amazing.
Oh,
when Laganja came on and she
Yes.
Oh yeah, that was really good.
Oh, that was
That was
That's
amazing.
what
really
All
good.
Star 6 was so amazing.
Yeah.
They always like Ginger Minj and Mayhem getting like, where the hell my phone? Where the hell my
Mm,
phone? Was so good. Or
mm.
like Coco
Mhm.
and Yara getting like the Up Down Funk.
Oh,
The
yes,
Up
yes, yes.
Down Funk worked
Uptown.
perfectly. Brooklyn
Mm,
and Raja getting that song. Like
mm,
Trinity, all her songs like that she got to lip sync in. When Kylie got to lip sync Dirty by
mm.
Christina Aguilera,
Oh,
that
yes,
was
yes, yes.
phenomenal. Even though Manila, they kind of set her up for failure with that
Yeah,
song,
yeah.
but still, Kylie was amazing in that song. So they
Mhm.
had to
Manila,
work out with at least one of the queens to give us
mm,
like a strong song
I
lip
love
sync.
Manila as a lip sync. She's a great storyteller with lip syncing. I love her, watching her. Who else?
Yeah,
And
but they
same
gave
with
her Dirty
I know it's not her
and
song, is it?
against Kylie, like the one
I
that's
know.
like that's her song. Like that's literally what she performs in
That's sort of
it.
just at the end of the day, it's the luck of the draw, isn't it? You don't get a
Yeah.
choice. If you wish you could
Yeah.
choose, that's the hard thing about it. Like I would
Mhm.
never
Yeah.
do Dancing in the Dark, dressed as a clown, doing Lady Gaga ever in my career. Would I ever do that? No. But I had no choice, and that's what happened.
Yeah.
I
Right.
But
live
you made
with.
it work, you know, like it
Oh, did
was
I?
memorable.
Oh, it's definitely
You did. I
memorable.
mean, with the Heelys.
I live with
Mhm.
deep, deep regret.
But all right.
Do
So
you
the
guys think that Chanel is gonna come back? Sorry, Chanel is gonna come back All Stars 9
Do you think so? It would be nice if she did.
because
I love when they bring an OG back. That's why I love Jessica
yeah,
Wilde.
because remember All Star 6, Jessica Wilde was a lip sync assassin,
Mm,
and they were I think setting her up to be like, hey, remember this queen?
mm.
She did an amazing lip sync. Now she's gonna be on All Stars
Mm.
8. Like it's kind of like a
Yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah,
how
yeah.
that's why I always
Maybe.
look at Pit Stop and Lip Sync Assassins. I feel like sometimes they set up like a queen,
Yeah, like when they
like
had
soft
Nisha
launch
on
them.
that
Be like,
random pit stop episode.
yeah.
Who was on a random
So
pit stop
Hmm.
episode?
Nisha.
yeah,
Nisha
Oh,
Nisha
Lopez.
was like last. So
Yeah.
it's kind of feels like they're setting up. Be like, hey, remember this
Interesting.
queen?
yeah.
This kind of
Who do
wanna
to
see her.
Bianca at DragCon? She goes, All Stars 8. Where are the stars? She's so funny.
Not
I
for
love
shading her
her. She's so
bestie.
funny.
Oh, isn't it funny? I feel like I throw shade and I get criticised for it. She throws shade and she gets celebrated for it.
Yes.
So funny, but it
Oh,
is her
so
brand though.
funny. Oh my god, no,
Bianca's
definitely.
hilarious.
But
And can we,
circling back
one
to our
thing
lip
bef-
sync, the oh yes, go ahead,
oh,
go ahead. Sorry.
no, I thought we'd finish on the lip sync. Oh no, who won?
Oh,
Chanel.
so Chanel won the lip
No
sync,
one.
and then in the bottom three for the episode was Alexis Michelle, Darian Lake, and James Mansfield, with the elimination being Darian Lake. How do you feel about that? I feel like we all generally are like not happy about this.
Not happy, but not surprised.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You sort of saw it. The writing was on the wall,
Yeah.
and she wrote it on the wall as she was exiting. She wrote on the back of the door, "I'm going to put my number."
Yes, yes.
You know, if Darian had gone in untucked and actually like brought up the fact like she was thrown under the bus and had like a not a fight but like a
Some
scene out
conflict.
of
Yeah,
it,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think she might have been saved.
Yeah, good point, actually.
Like I
So
feel
we-
like she might have had like clawed in.
Do you know what? They were very diplomatic, and do you know what? Actually, adult about it. Do you know what I mean? They said, "Oh, that wasn't cool." Da-da-da. They spoke about it. It was actually really adult. They weren't. Yeah, they actually was. I know that's funny, but they were being actually quite mature under the circumstances.
Yeah.
True.
No, agreed.
Yeah.
For sure.
There's a controversy. Like there's not a controversy. Sorry, there's a what's it called? A conspiracy on the internet, and I want to ask your thoughts on it, both of you.
Yeah.
That people are saying the reason why Jimbo has lost 5 lip syncs in his Drag Race career is because he's throwing it on purpose because she is working with the producers so that she goes all the way to the finale. She's playing the long run, and
Yeah.
actually is
No,
working her
they
way to the
wouldn't do
finale.
that. The
What do y'all
producers
think?
would be upset. At least from my perspective, that sounds like a load
Mm.
of bullshit.
Do
Why
we
would
think
why
that
would you
she's
go waste that money? All the money you
like
keep losing.
$30,000?
You could buy a car with the amount of money you're losing.
I am going to send you Bianca doing a rant about people assuming what they know what's going on Drag Race. I'm going to send it to you. It's the most hilarious thing. Oh, we can't be friends because you never see it. It's so funny. Oh, assume you know. You see, it's really funny. I was like, thank you, Bianca. Tick. I'll send it to you. It's really funny. It's like that. It talks about that sort of stuff. Like the producers are in my ear. I know this. I heard that. It's really funny.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think? Is Jimbo really purposely throwing the lip syncs?
No, I just don't think that's Jimbo's strength.
Exactly.
That's what I think.
Agreed.
Like a lot of people are having like a hard time just grasping the fact. Like I know Jimbo's fans, they're all over, and I like Jimbo too. But they're having like a really hard time grasping that she's just not good at this thing. She's great at other things. She's funny. Her runways are amazing. She's irreverent, like, you know, campy. Her lip sync's not good, and it's fine. So not everybody has to be like good at everything. And
well, that's the thing. There's many ways to do drag. You don't have to lip sync a song to do drag. Look at Bianca Del Rios, had a whole career doing stand-up comedy. Like, that's not what Jimbo's drag is. It's obviously not his strength.
Exactly.
Like, my strength in drag is not impersonating people. It's not what I do, but you're forced to do this on a show. Well, you're forced in to do things that you're not necessarily good at, but you've got to do your best at.
Yep.
Like,
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that's the
day,
magic of the show, though.
Exactly. Like at the end of the day, drag is an art form, and it's your way how you interpret that art, like how you do it. You know?
Yeah, totally.
So people saying like, "Oh," I was watching like a video, and the comments, I was like, okay, let's be serious for a second. Like that's. And she was like, "Oh, she's gonna win $200,000. That's why she doesn't care about 30,000." And I was like, "She can win $230,000. Like, what's the logic? Like, she could have won just extra money. I don't get it. Like, wow.
Yeah.
I reckon. Do you reckon? I think Jimbo's going to make it to the end. I've just got a feeling.
Oh,
yeah. Who do you see? Who's the person you see going against Jimbo in the top two?
I would love to see Heidi and Jimbo in the end. That's what I would love to see, because I just think Heidi's been like a standout star to me on the show. There's just something.
Definitely.
It's like I'm looking. This is what I want to get. I'm looking forward to next week, just watching her throw mayhem into that room. Okay, if you want to play, let's play. I just love that. Okay, if you're going to play dirty, then let's play. Come on, let's share all the tea. I love that.
Yeah,
I just love
that
it.
trailer.
Yeah, it's like Hurricane Heidi, here we come. Woo! I love it. Like, because she's really, you can tell she's really lovely.
Exactly. I hope she wins next episode, like, or at least is on the top.
Yeah.
This has gone way too long. Like, just something needs to happen.
Yeah. She's the standout. She's actually, I'm really loving Jimbo, but she's my standout. Like, I just really connect with her. Her drag, the way she is as a person, the way she's not filtered. I love that.
She's really great.
Because I don't think she's self-produced as Heidi. I think she is who she is.
Oh,
she's
so organic. Like season 12, she was.
Yeah.
They just let her go do her thing.
Makes for great TV. Messy Minnie strikes again.
Yes. Totally.
And before we go, who's your top four?
Oh, mine. Oh, my two of my favorites are gone home. But I think my top four would be Jimbo, Heidi, Jessica, and I would like to see I would like to see Kahana there. Actually, I'm really enjoying Kahana's runways and everything.
Her runways are really spectacular, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think my top four would be Jimbo, Heidi, Candy, and James.
Oh wait, Candy.
Oh, yeah. Candy, why are you leaving out your sister?
Sorry. I couldn't. But I'm gonna go with Khan. I think I like that underdog story. She was eliminated first, and then now she's kind of coming
Yeah.
back stronger. I like that.
Mhm.
Candy's already a star. She's
It's
already.
true. It's true.
Yeah, because I think it's going to possibly Candy, Jessica, Jimbo, and Heidi. They're my top 4.
Mm.
But I do
Mm.
love James, though. That's a tricky one. But I feel like James is good, but hasn't really broken through.
Mm,
Does that make
mhm.
sense?
Totally.
Been really great, but not really broken through.
Yeah.
Because it's a very talented group. And they people like Heidi are breaking through. Jimbo's breaking. Jessica's breaking through. They really cut through the noise.
Totally.
I think for James, her winning, rather than her winning, I think her main, her win is if she just sheds that pork chop identity of herself. If she just shows her authentic self and talent and her runways, even if she doesn't win, she's a winner.
Yeah. But she's already done that, though.
Yeah.
Just going on the show, it just validates that, though. It validates what she's done. Because it's actually really extraordinary what she's achieved. I think it's amazing. Got so much respect for her. I love it. And she's funny.
She is.
She is.
And talented. Love it.
All
Wish
right,
I could learn something from them.
Yes. We've reached the end of reviewing our episode. We just want to say thank you for coming back again. We were so excited to have you. Yeah. Literally the highlight. We've been hyping this up for a hot minute now, having you back on. So
oh, really?
I'm we love you. We really do. You're we love you so much. So
it's because you like
you're welcome back.
Yes. We love Messy Minnie.
We would love to have you back anytime, as always.
Yes.
Maybe we might have to Bring Back My Girls when it comes on.
Oh! I think we should. Please, I'm down. I'm so down.
Why did you think? I wonder how you don't show this. Do you think they'll edit it loads? Or do you think it'll be...
Niru said that they don't really edit it at all.
Right.
They don't edit a lot. Because last time... Canada season 2, they almost got into a physical fight and they didn't cut any of that.
Yeah.
So I don't think they will cut it.
Yeah, because for me, I just hope they see Aubrey reacting, because that's because you know how those type of things, if they're not shown, the context is lost.
Right.
That's what I worry about, which happens a lot.
You can always, I think, you should definitely write the high, because when the episode airs, because they do it weekly. When before your episode comes and after your episode comes, you should definitely write that.
Hype it up, get that momentum. Be on Twitter, be messy.
Well, that's my question. Because I don't want them to get trolled. Because I don't like that personally myself. But I also don't want them that people know the truth at the same time. So I've got to word it in the right kind of way.
Yeah. Fortunately, you've got a lot of time. It's not till October.
I know. I've got to really. I've got a lot to think because at the end of the day, I don't really. The only person I really blame is Jackie, the person that told Pamara the initial thing. She's the person, because everything stems from that, and everything has been a domino effect of that. So I don't really. I feel sorry for Pamara being used as this. She's so dumb that she thinks fighting other people's arguments. How I feel sorry for her. It's super weird. So I've got to be careful, because I don't want her to get hate or anything.
Yeah, I think at that point, just kind of make fun of that it happened. Enjoy that the
messy
mess.
Minnie.
Look back and laugh.
You should also post that receipt though. That one video of you not right, but
well, I can even
make it funny.
This is me talking over Pamara. Sorry about that, Pamara.
Exactly.
Yeah. Exactly.
Do that. That's funny. That's really
do that.
And I will retweet. Right as you tweet, I'll be retweet.
We'll make sure all of Stan Twitter's on your side.
I think it's so funny, because there's all those people that don't like the way I behave, because they find me insufferable with some words. It's oh wow, really? God, Jesus Christ.
But now I think they've come around. I think we also got some really good response for you when you were on our pod last time. So I think they really like you.
Oh, I think, as I was saying before, when you're on the show, I think they have a visceral reaction to you. And then when the season's over, they like that you brought entertainment. Like, it's weird.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Right.
I think they get that it's just a store, like, it's not who you are. I think, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, just that boy saying the mini curse was my favourite part. I think it's so funny. So,
oh my gosh.
but
Totally.
thank you. I could talk to you for
Thank
hours.
you. Same.
Oh, same.
Oh.
Like, we love you so much.
But
Amanda,
before you
do
go,
the
do you
exit and then.
yeah, well, before you go, do you have any new projects you want to shout out? Of course, stream the music you've already released.
Yes,
Shout out.
and I'm very excited to say that in December, January, I'm going to the UK for a bit of a tour.
Yes!
Congratulations!
I know. I'm so looking forward to it. It came from going to DragCon. I chatted to Adam and Sam, who are working on Cherry Valentine's booth. And part of Cherry Valentine's legacy was to set up a business to bring queens from other countries and stuff. And so,
Wow.
yeah, it's actually a really lovely thing to be involved in.
Yeah.
So,
That's so cool.
and it just happened to chat to them on the first night out. So it just happened just being nice to people I didn't even know. So it's really lovely. Pays to be nice.
Yes.
Believe it or not,
It
I'm nice.
Yes.
I'm not messy all the time, believe it or not. Just most of the
Oh
time.
my gosh. Yes. Oh my god. Well, I am so excited for the people in the UK to get to see you perform because it's gonna be a fun time.
I know, can't wait.
Yes. Yes.
Yep. And what have you guys got coming up?
Cool.
I actually have a summer break, but I'm working on because I make movies and stuff, so I'm trying to work on some movies this summer.
Oh,
But yeah, that's kind of like what my
Well, thank you all so much for joining and listening to us through this podcast. And thank you to Minnie again for being here. Be sure to smash that like button, subscribe button if you're listening on YouTube. And if you're not, follow us on whatever streaming platform you're on. Give us a good review.
yeah, give us a 5-star on the podcast thing.
Yes. And we will see you all next week.
And follow Minnie on Twitter.
Yes. And follow Minnie on Twitter.
and Instagram.
And Instagram. Yes.
Exactly.
All right. We will see you all next week. Bye.
Bye.